to the locker room earlier, hoping to send their fans home happy tonight. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. We take a look at the Hawks. They're 6th right now in the conference with lots of time to make a move. And, of course, there's the Raptors, 9.5 games behind.
And I think for the Hawks, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. The guard set is Quickly and Barrett. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot.
Here we go.
And for the Hawks, the front court is Rizier and Johnson. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. What should we, Doris, expect from these teams as they face each other for the second time in a row?
Well, first I want to make the point that coaches love the scheduling tweak that the league has made. Number one, it simulates a playoff environment. The feel-out game is over. You know how they're going to attack you and vice versa. So now it's about the adjustments.
Now, quickly, after Jalen Johnson missing on the last three-pointer, they're at the pass to Pirtle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Young against Quickly. Young outside. Johnson with a screen on Quickly. Pass to Johnson. That one drops for him. Johnson's got the opening field goal of the game for the Hawks.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Now here is Pirtle. Covered by Okongwu. It's blocked. Here's Rizier. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. And Young kicks to Daniels. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Ingram. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. The kick out to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Toronto needs to get off a shot. For 3, Barrett. Atlanta with the rebound.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
On the wing, Daniels. Quickly covering. Daniels, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit, so we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling the guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Here's Johnson. Following the basket by Scotty Barnes.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
On the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. It makes defending a much easier prospect.
Now, here's Johnson. Following the miss by Scotty Barnes. Johnson the screen. Here's Daniels. Banked in off the glass. Daniels has got 5 points so far.
And how about the find by Trae, making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's ready to talk things through with the team. So a moment now to see the story for Trae Young.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And here are the Raptors now, trailing by 5. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
How about the shooting percentage, though? In the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know.
I think indicative of some breakdowns in their offensive execution. You don't create any open looks, and they couldn't make the ones they were taking.
Now, here's Johnson. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Toronto.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Here's Quickly. Hurdle with a screen on Johnson. Here's Quickly. And stolen by Okongwu. Here's Ricochet. And that one is off. Good D by Barnes. Here's Pirtle. Yep, it counts.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
The Hawks leading by 3. Johnson outside. Back to Young. Just 5 on the clock. Over quickly. Young's shot is off.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Quickly the pass to Ingram. Back to Quickly. Barnes looking around. Pass to Barrett. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
For Atlanta, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Bounce pass Young. Okongwu with a screen on Barrett. Daniels passes to Okongwu.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And here are the Raptors now. It's a 5-point game. Pirtle with a screen on Johnson. Barnes dishes to Pirtle. Comes up empty down low. Hawks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Daniels with it, now guarded by Ingram. Daniels passes to Okongwu. Young outside. Launches a 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
The failure to make shots on a consistent basis, that's going to put you behind the 8 ball all night.
I thought most of the shots they took were low percentage looks. The key in the NBA is, can you get your best scorers into their best spots? They didn't do that.
Young passes to Johnson. Back to Young. Ricochet in the corner. No good with the triple. Raptors trail by 3. The drive by Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Oh, Scotty Barnes off the deck and to the cup. Nice finish.
And Young kicks to Daniels. Barnes against Johnson. Pass to Daniels. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Daniels has got 8 points.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And the Hawks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. And the Raptors also making a change. Grady Dix checked in for Barrett. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Toronto Raptors. trailing by 4. Pass to Quickly. Back to Ingram. Barnes outside. Over Johnson. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Raptors trail by 4. Here's Quickly. And it's sent back by Okongwu. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Here's LeVert. And the Hawks getting another basket right there. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Here's Purdy. Karis LeVert making his last shot. Dick can't get it to go. Johnson against Barnes. Johnson dishes to Young. Back to Johnson. Now Daniels. He's got 8. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's Young. And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Atlanta shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And that one falls for Young. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. I mean, you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Now here's Ingram. Nothing on the board. Barnes down low. He's against Young. Ingram outside. Here's Pirtle. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, we know Jakob Pirtle is always going to be one of the biggest guys down low. I think it's a matter of him grinding out these rebounds.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. On the free throw, no good. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Here's Quickly. After the basket by Atlanta. Pirtle kicks to Barnes. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Barnes has got 7.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
Here's Krejci. Quickly covering. Capella sets a screen for LeVert. To the middle. On the wing, man. A three-pointer, no good. Raptors trail by 4. Here's Barnes. Good D by Johnson. Here's Mann. Quickly covering. Back to Mann. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. And the Hawks lead by 7.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Toronto's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Johnson against Barnes. Dick with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. And here's quickly for three. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Raptors.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Well, you have to capitalize when your opponent has miscues. And give this team some credit. Every time that opponent turned it over, they capitalized.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Hawks have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. That's good from Johnson. Reza Shea, he's checked in for Atlanta. So Johnson hits 2 of them. .135 left in the first quarter. Here's Shed. LeVert defending. Down low. Barrett the pass to Boucher. Traps in the trade.
This is a young guy stretching the big position, right? Chris Boucher very willing to rise and fire from downtown.
Here's LeVert. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. We've got 1:08 left in the first. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Here's Barrett. And with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 8. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Here's Shed. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. And Barrett gets it to go.
R.J. Barrett trusting the jumper in the catch and shoot. Boy, if he's consistent with that, turn the lights out.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. Leading by 5. To the wing right side. Now Reza Shea with 4 seconds on the clock. Misses the layup.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's Atlanta leading by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Reza Shea is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's LeVert in at the 1. Here's Barrett. Rebound Atlanta. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now here's LeVert. Pass to Mann. The Hawks working the ball around. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot-blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Shed, still without a basket. Here's Dick, got a hand on it, and they'll get another chance. Pocket 6. Barrett the pass to Dick. Shoots over man. Off target from the wing. Atlanta leading by 3. Pass to Capella. Here's Rizachet. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's on R.J. Barrett. And Rizachet, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
The free throw drops for Rizachet. Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
And let's take a look now at LeVert's numbers.
How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And most important of all is his passing. He's a terrific distributor in their offense.
But certainly one of his best attributes, creating offense even when it looks like there's nothing there.
Here's Shed. Hasn't made one yet. Outside Robinson. To the inside. Dick. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Now here's LeVert. He's covered closely. Pass to Nance. Here's Rizachet. Dick defending. Goes up from the top of the key. It's good. Rizachet's got 5. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Shed. LeVert defending. To the paint. Out to Barrett. Sinks the triple. Barrett's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And let's look now at the group of young players that have been locked in from the charity stripe. Your leading rookie free throw shooters of the past month. Zachary Rizachet, 4th.
He has been locked in at the line, taking complete advantage whenever he's got an opportunity to put points on the board.
Now here's LeVert. Tight defense on him. Pass to man. Five to shoot. To the middle. Capella inside. Guarded by Robinson. Some solid defense from Robinson. Raptors trail by 3. Here's Shed. Nothing on the board. Here's Robinson. Inside. And it's blocked.
Well, that's about the long reach of Karis LeVert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to man. Capella with a screen on Barrett. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his second bucket of the night.
A big who lives inside. Capella knows he's a center. He knows he makes his living off scoring close in against that good D.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. It's a 5-point game. Dick in the corner. Here's the 3. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. And that'll be his third foul so far. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
And the Hawks making a change here. Buffkin's checked in. And the Raptors also making a change. Walters checked in. The Hawks leading by 5. And here's LeVert. Lets it go from deep. The Hawks again can't hit. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Nance.
What I like about Chris Boucher is he seems to understand what his team expects from him. They need him to guard, they need him to rebound, and they know how aggressive and assertive he is on the offensive end.
So both teams changing it up here. Toronto shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And that one falls for Boucher. Some changes for Toronto. Pirtle, he's checked in for Robinson. And it's Scotty Barnes in for Walter. And so Boucher nails both of them. The Hawks leading by 3. Young, right side. LeVert finds Capella. Over Pirtle. And it's Capella missing. Here's Dick. LeVert defending. They get it back. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. Raptors have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. Larry Nance is checked in for Matthews. Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. Tied up with that one. Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Pirtle, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin? To me, this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game. You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Here's Shed. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Clint Capella.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Toronto shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Now here's LeVert. Dick defending. Young inside. Pass to Okongwu. 6 on the shot clock. Nance outside. Young for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Walter. Here's Shed. And again, Toronto no up. For Atlanta, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. LeVert the pass to Okongwu. It's stolen. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. LeVert with a wide open look. No good again that time.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And you got to admire the tenacity from Barnes. Love seeing him take charge like that.
Nance outside. Pass to Young. Fires the 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. The Atlanta making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Nance. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for Capella. The Hawks trail by 6. Young looking around. He's looking for Okongwu and finds him.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
Toronto, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. And now, David Aldridge has an update for us on Terrence Mann. What's the news there, David?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Hawks provided us with some information. And after looking at it, he's told me that it doesn't appear as serious as they initially thought. He will not return to the game, and he may not be back on the court for a couple of games so he can heal up. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control over it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Now, here's Quickly. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Pirtle with a screen on LeVert. Here's Ingram.
3rd foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
And battling injuries off and on throughout the years, Ingram is a major difference maker when healthy.
The Raptors shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And that one misses. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Reza Shea is coming in for Karis LeVert. And he's good on the second. The Hawks trail it. Pass to Reza Shea. Back to Young. Now Reza Shea. He's covered by Ingram. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that had the most second chance points on the season. The Hawks, number 1.
And that's the way they have to play in order to win. They've got rebounders, so they've got to go after those second and third opportunities whenever they can.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Barnes against Johnson. Barnes can't get it to go. Atlanta's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. A nice shot by Young.
Really clever with the basketball. Young's so advanced offensively. Excellent pull-up jumper there.
Quickly with it. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Pass to Pirtle. Quickly against Young. Here's Dick. There's the drive. Atlanta with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Johnson kicks to Young. Jacks up a 3. Johnson's shot is off.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. Dick sets a screen for Ingram. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And I love it when Ingram works for that high percentage look. Such a high basketball IQ.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
76% on the season from the foul line.
The Raptors making a switch here. The Hawks shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. Good on the triple. Reza Shea's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Raptors trail by 3. There's 1:54 left in the second quarter. Quickly the pass to Pirtle. Second chance shot. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pass to Reza Shea. Now Capella. Shot clock at 5. Young dishes to Daniels. That 3 off the mark. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Shed, defended by Young. Back to Ingram. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And the Hawks with possession here. And Young kicks to Capella. 50 seconds left to play here in the half. Down low. Here's Johnson. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Johnson against Barnes. Pass to Ingram. No good that time. Johnson with the defensive effort. Atlanta leading by 3. Over to the wing. Lets the 3 fly. And that one's good. Riza-Shane. That's 12 points for Riza-Shane. Now Ingram. He's got 6. Fades and shoots. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Thanks for joining us. Through the first half, there is still some work to do for the Toronto Raptors. Fellas, you got to love watching teams go at it like this.
Love seeing it, Ernie. It's fun to see these teams, the fans, and us in the studio.
Yeah, it makes me want to get there and play again. You guys good if I go suit up for the second half?
I would love to see it. You good with playing for free? Because if you leave, we're not paying you for skipping out of here. And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the Atlanta Hawks.
This has been a display of what we often talk about on this show. Unselfish ball movement usually leads to better shots. Now, I could say this. They're generating a lot of clean looks, guys.
Yeah, it's tough to beat a team that's in sync. Big advantage in the assist column. Check that out. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Zachary Riza-Shane has been, in a word, sensational.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
Raptors trail by 6, setting the floor for the Raptors. The guard set is Quickly and Barrett. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. And it's Ingram, and at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Barrett. Picked his pocket. Daniels with it. Ready now by Barnes. Jumps up. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Barrett. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
This guy is a committed scorer. You get physical with R.J. Barrett, he knows how to stay under control.
Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of the season.
Now, here's Okongwu. Young with no one around. Off target from outside. Ingram with it. He's picked up by Reza Shea. Back to Ingram. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Oh, an aggressive take from Ingram inside, earning the whistle in the process.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second free throw. The Hawks leading by 5. Daniels from outside. The offensive rebound. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Okongwu's now got 6.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. Now Ingram. A 3. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. He's got 10.
Silky three-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
Reza Shea sets the screen for Young. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Raptors trail by 4. Pass to Ingram. Back to Barrett. And it's quickly in the corner. And here is Pirtle. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. It's hauled in by Trae Young. Young's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Reza Shea. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Barrett with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up.
Once R.J. Barrett sees the defense commit, he goes right into attack mode and gets himself a trip to the free throw line. That is beautiful.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
Well, one thing you love about R.J. Barrett is he is a scorer at heart. This guy will hunt shots. He's going to be aggressive. And when he gets on a roll, look out, guys.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top rebounding teams this season. The Hawks second.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And he's good on the second.
I think one of the things I most admire about R.J. Barrett's game, he can do a little bit of everything. He can score it, board it, pass it at a high level. This young man can play the game.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Jakob Poeltl.
And rim protecting is an area where he's come a long way over these past few seasons. You can see the increase in blocks over that time. He is a fearsome defender inside, and teams are thinking twice about bringing the ball into the paint when he's on the floor.
Now, here is Young. He's got 6. Pass to Daniels. Johnson with a screen on Barrett. Takes it inside. Here's Daniels. No good there. Nice D from Barrett. Raptors trail by 3. Barnes with it, and Young picks him up defensively. When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
Hey, Doris, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. Tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy is a stat stuffer.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Now, here's Quickly. And it's Rizichet with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 3. Pirtle with the ball. Okongwu covering. And that one's good. Quickly.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Johnson can't get it to go. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Ingram finds Barnes. Ingram against Young. For the lead, Ingram passes to Quickly. Barrett, wide open, he fires. Connects from three-point range. Barrett's got 15.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now, here is Young. He's got 6. Pass to Daniels. It counts, and the foul. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
For Atlanta, they have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And so Quickly will bring it up for the Raptors. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Rizichet. That one goes in. And now it's a 3-point Hawks lead.
For a sliver of room. That's all he needed to get to the bucket. Nice aggressive move, slipping and sliding his way through.
Now here's Quickly. On the wing, Barnes. Pass to Ingram. Birtle sets the pick for Ingram. Just 5 to shoot. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. That's 12 points for Brandon Ingram.
Great job of just letting that play develop. Ingram showing a little IQ there.
Here's Young. Daniels with it. Barrett covering. And here's Daniels. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Scotty Barnes. He's averaging 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Here's a look at some stats for Pirtle. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play. Really helping his team compete for wins. Now, here's Quickly. Good work there as it goes. Quickly's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's about activity, determination, Quickly finishing strong.
On the wing, Daniels. Back to Johnson. Pass to Young. Over quickly. Young, no good. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Barrett kicks to Ingram. And Pirtle has it in the corner. And the 3 off target.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Barnes sends it back.
Send it back, Scotty Barnes. Show off that defensive acumen.
For the Hawks, Clint Capella comes in for Daniel. And it's LeVert in for Young. So it's the Hawks now. They trail by 1. Rizachet with it. Shot clock at 6. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Toronto, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Ingram attacking. And slam dunk by Ingram.
More and more we see Ingram attack on the drive and convert. His length and skill allow him to do so many things.
Now here's LeVert. Inside, here's Johnson. And Pirtle sends it back. Here's Shed. LeVert defending. Pass to Ingram. Now here is Pirtle. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Shoots over Capella. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Thursday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for that game against Indiana,
that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Atlanta making a switch here. Krejci's checked in. Johnson right side. Pass to Krejci for the tie. Hits the three-point bomb. Krejci's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Toronto's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Here's Shed. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Boucher. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's LeVert. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Great shooters. Boy, can they make or break you down the stretch. Here's the league's top shooters right now. Onyeka Okongwu, 3rd.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Well, it's no secret, guys, that Karis LeVert can flat out score the basketball. I think the key for him moving forward, just become more and more efficient because the ability is there.
And the Raptors making a change here. Robinson's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Shed. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Out to the right wing. Pass to Boucher. Fires for 3. That shot off. Nance with some nice D. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. And the jam by Larry Nance.
The very definition of a high flyer. Larry Nance, my goodness.
Here's Shed. Robinson with it. To the inside to end the run. Shed, that's good.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
The Hawks leading. Here's Bufkin. Still without a basket. Johnson the screen. It's LeVert on the wing. This one for three. Boucher with the rebound. The Raptors have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Dick wide open. No good on the three. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Pass to Johnson. Offline with his three. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And here's Boucher. Capella covering. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
George Niang, he's checked in for Atlanta. And the Raptors also making a change. Walter, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Hawks. Aston Niang.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Free throw good, Niang. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Shed. Pass to Dick. Here's Walter. Here's Shed. 6 to shoot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Pass to LeVert. Nance outside. Here's Niang. Offensive rebound. Capella. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
A moment now to see the numbers for Capella. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. Matthews, he's checked in for the Hawks. Pass to Dick. Here's Shed. LeVert defending. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Robinson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Now Capella, 5 points in the game. Niang kicks to Matthews. Capella sets a screen for Matthews. Rebound by the Raptors. Robinson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Dick. No good on the last second attempt there. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Hawks lead by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So with Johnson sitting on the bench. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Hands out there with Clint Capella. Then there's George Niang. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Matthews in at the 2 spot.
Larry Nance Jr. in a catch-and-shoot situation. That's not easy to guard.
Raptors trail by 4. Here's Shed. Great D that time from LeVert. The Hawks shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Niang, no good. And here are the Raptors now. Pass to Shed. Back to Dick. Here's Shed. LeVert defending. Shots good by Boucher. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Atlanta with the ball. The lead is 2. Pass to Capella. Matthews scanning the floor. And Capella the bucket on the assist by Matthews.
And Capella has run pick and roll so many times, adept at knowing where to cut after the screen.
Boucher with a screen on LeVert. Here's Walter. To the left wing. Pass to Dick. Robinson with it. Back to Dick. Fires from deep. LeVert grabs the miss. LeVert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Matthews. Robinson against Nance. Now Niang. They get it again. Capella fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And on the glass, few better than Capella in this league. Goes all out to attack the boards. Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Dick. He's covered by Matthews. It's deflected. Stolen by LeVert. For the finish. That one falls.
Well, you can see why people love Karis LeVert. He has the ability to swipe it on one end and finish on the other.
Raptors trail by 9. Dick passes to Boucher. Here's Walter. Looking to end the run. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
So it's Atlanta now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And it's Capella missing. Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Boucher, rebounded by the Hawks. Knocks it loose. Pass to Shed. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Boucher. Nance with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 7. Matthews with it. He's picked up by Dick. And Matthews kicks to Niang. Nance passes to Capella. LeVert in the corner. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the elbow. Unable to get that one. Raptors trail by 7. Pass to Walter. Here's Shed. LeVert defending. Here's Dick. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Now Niang. Dick defending. Capella inside. Shoots over Walter. Nance with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Nance has got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Toronto with the ball after Larry Nance getting his 3 to go. Dick passes to Robinson. And here's Boucher. Robinson sets a screen for Boucher. Pass to Dick. And the Raptors miss again.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Matthews passes to LeVert. And the layup falls. And now it's a 12-point Hawks lead.
Now there's a reason Karis LeVert shoots well from the field. This guy is great at picking great opportunities.
Toronto's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Shed. LeVert defending. And the shot's good from Boucher.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And so LeVert will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Nance. To the paint. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism? For a big man, Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
Here's Shed. LeVert defending. Robinson with it. Out to the wing. Here's Walter. Pass to Dick. Shoots over Matthews. Dick can't get it to go.
He is just not taking smart shots out there. A pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Out to the right wing. Niang, no good.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And the dunk by Dick.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Matthews dishes to Nance. LeVert kicks to Niang. Outside Matthews. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Dick after the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Shed. Three-pointer. Rebound, Atlanta. Nance has got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. And Capella with the basket on the assist by LeVert. 14 points for Clint Capella.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Jake with it. He's covered by Matthews. Jake with it. Here's Shed. The three-pointer is right on target.
And all the attention goes to Dick's jump shot, but he's a willing passer as well.
The Hawks leading by 10. Now here's LeVert. To the right side. Clock at 6. Back to Niang. Here's Matthews. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Shed. Going inside. Basket counts. Shed's got it back down to within single digits for the Raptors.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. LeVert the pass to Capella. Back to LeVert. Screen by Niang. LeVert kicks to Capella. And here's Matthews from the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Here's Shed. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. And the Hawks with possession here. 6-point game. Here's Rizachet. He's covered by Ingram. Now Rizachet. And here is Okongwu. Johnson for 3. Kept alive. A second chance effort. That shot is off. Raptors trail by 6. Barrett with the ball. Ingram outside. On the wing quickly. Defended by Young.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Johnson, a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 6 assists now in the game. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Raptors. Pass to quickly. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And quickly with a big-time answer knocks down his own 3.
Young finds Okongwu. And Daniels up top. Now here is Young quickly covering. Here's Rizachet. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Driving the lane.
What an aggressive drive by the speedy Emmanuel Quickly. Look out.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5. And quickly drops them both.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Young against Quickly. A nice shot by Young.
So calm when the game is on the line. Young knows it's his job to bring this game home.
1:14 left in the game.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Now here's Ingram. Yes!
A score in any situation. The high stakes just motivate Ingram.
Atlanta's shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Lobbed up there for Johnson and stolen by Barnes. And here they come. It's hauled in by Trae Young. And so they foul intentionally. There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Quickly against Young. Lets it go with the three. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here he goes. Quickly the pass to Pirtle. Tipped away. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. And what's their best move at this point?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
"12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Barnes can't get it to go. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. The shot's good from Quickly. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Trey, this is a young team. So what is the chemistry and connection that lets you play together so well?
You're around us outside of the locker room. You can tell why we support each other so well, and the energy we have for each other on the court. You can tell the reason why we do that. And I love this group.
Well, congrats on the win, man. Appreciate your time. Kevin?
Thank you for that, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we present the player of the game, Clint Capella.